Hello, it's Bridget Taylor, and it is Coffee Chat Monday. Let's get started. First, we're going to talk about the coffee. I introduced It's Coffee Chat, so here we go. Next, I'm going to introduce The Right to Write by Julia Cameron. My book is the hardbound book, and it doesn't have a cover, no jacket cover. I got it used from Thrift Book, so I went looking to get what it talks about with the book because mine doesn't have the jacket flap. So this is what it says on Amazon, and I think the same thing is on a couple of other places. What if everything we have been taught about learning to write was wrong? In The Right to Write, Julia Cameron's most revolutionary book, the author of the best-selling self-help guide, The Artist's Way, asserts that conventional writing wisdom would have you believe in a false doctrine that stifles creativity. With the techniques and anecdotes in The Right to Write, readers learn to make writing a natural, intensely personal part of life. Cameron's instruction and examples include the details of the writing process she uses to create her own best-selling books. She makes writing a playful and realistic as well as reflective event. Anyone jumping into the writing life for the first time and those already living it will discover the art of writing is never the same after reading The Right to Write. The introduction she has in this book is so much better than that. In December 1967, I was 5 months old, y'all. Under the baleful gaze of a gargoyle high in an upper cranny of Georgetown Library, I came across a line from the poet Theodore Rothke. He wrote, "I learn by going where I have to go." That phrase accurately describes my writing life. I've written since I was very young, and as I get older, I write more and more frequently in more and more genres. I have written fiction and nonfiction, films, plays, poems, essays, criticism, journalism, and even musical. I have written for love, for money, for escape, for grounding, to tune out, to tune in, and to do almost anything that writing could be made to do. Writing has, for 30 plus years, been my constant companion. My lover, my friend, my job, my passion, and what I do with myself and the world I live in. Writing is how, and it sometimes seems why, I do my life. My story is simple. I simply write. I have tried, in this book, to write only about the things I know. Only about the things that have been my tools, my path. This means that there are many things that will not be included in this book because they are either not a part of my writer's experience or they are something other books on writing have already written about very well. This book will not teach you how to write a query letter, how to find a market for your work or get an agent. It will not teach you to punctuate or spell. Anton Chekhov advised actors, if you want to work on your acting, work on yourself. The same advice applies to working on your writing. Our writing life, our life as a writer, cannot be separated from our life as a whole. For this reason, many of the essays and especially the tools in this book about writing may, at first blush, seem to have nothing to do with writing, but they have everything to do with writing. Think of each essay as an invitation to explore a certain area. Think of each tool as an experiential initiation into that area. What this book will do, if I have done it well enough, is talk to you about writing for the sake of writing, for the sheer unadulterated joy of putting words to the page. In other words, this is less a how-to book than a why book. Why should we write? We should write because it is human nature to write. Writing claims our world. It makes it directly and specifically our own. We should write because humans are spiritual beings and writing is a powerful form of prayer and meditation, connecting us both to our own insights and to a higher and deeper level of inner guidance as well. We should write because writing brings clarity and passion to the act of living. Writing is essential, experiential, grounding. We should write because writing is good for the soul. We should write because writing yields us a body of work, a felt path through the world we live in. We should write above all because we are writers, whether we call ourselves writers or not. The right to write is a birthright, a spiritual dowry that gives us the keys to the kingdom. Higher forces speak to us through writing. Call them inspiration, the muses, angels, gods, hunches, intuition, guidance, or simply a good story. Whatever you call them, they connect us to something larger than ourselves that allows us to live with greater vigor and optimism. It is my hope that this book will dismantle some of the negative mythology that surrounds the writing life in our culture. I have found that life to be positive, invigorating, spiritually sourced, and eminently doable. This book, therefore, will be an into-the-water book as we look at common blocks and some simple ways around them, common problems and simple ways to solve them, common sticking points and some simple ways through them. In my experience, the writing life is A Simple Life, Self-Empowered and Self-Empowering. This book will be a cheerleader for those trying the writing life, a companion for those living it, and a thank you to my own writing for the life it has given to me. It is my hope that this book will help to heal writers who are broken, initiate writers who are afraid, and entice writers who are standing at river's edge wanting to put a toe in. I have a fantasy. It's the pearly gates. St. Peter has out his questionnaire. He asked me the big question. What did you do that we should let you in? I convinced people they should write, I tell him. The great gates swing open. That was her introduction. Now, when I talked about this, I originally counted 43 excerpts, and there are 43. I will be probably doing them every day, so I will probably be finished with mine towards the middle of June, because to me, it's almost a bit like doing morning pages. I think it will work out pretty well doing an exercise every day. It levels out to about 6.5 weeks. So if you want to do it Monday through Friday and you can't do it on the weekends, it will turn into pretty much the 8 weeks, which is what I originally talked about, which is fine. Do it at your own pace. I mean, if you want to pick 3 or 4 exercises and do them for a week, for the week's time, that's fine. This should be at your pace. I don't think it's necessary to do them any certain way. I think whatever works for you is great. So I'm going to be doing mine pretty much every day. I may skip a day here or there, so that's why I'm allotting myself May and June. So I'm super excited, because if I do one every day, it's only 43 days. And I have regular writing to do and have other things to do, but I think this is a really good thing, because today's exercise took all of 15 minutes. I don't think it even took quite that long. The whole 15 minutes was probably me reading the part that she has, and then doing the actual writing exercise probably took me 15 or 20 minutes total time. If you're interested, definitely follow along. I'm going to put a link down below for my original blog post where I talked about it when I said the universe is speaking to me and I'm listening. And I'm going to be writing a blog post about this right here. I'll be linking the video. So I want to link the blog post below for the introducing that I'm actually going to be doing this. Let me know though if you are going to be blogging about this or vlogging about it. If you're going to be blogging about it, click on the link for my blog post and just put a little comment. Let me know so I can follow your blog. That way, if you don't want other people to necessarily know, or follow or whatever, that way it can be a little bit more private. If you don't mind sharing your information, you can put it in the comment below. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one, y'all. Bye.